Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with your leg twisted in pain? Like your muscles are doing a wild dance you never signed up for? You try to stretch it, massage it, maybe even walk it off in the dark, hoping it passes as quickly as it came. It's sharp, sudden, and completely maddening. Now, if that sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, nearly half of adults over 60 experience leg cramps regularly, especially at night. And it's not just a minor annoyance. It can rob you of your sleep, limit your daily movement, and shake your confidence in your body. But here's the truth. Leg cramps don't have to be part of the aging package. They're not some inevitable sign that the best years are behind you. There are real science-backed ways to reduce them. And it starts with what's on your plate. That's right. Some simple changes to your nutrition can help strengthen your muscles, support your circulation, and keep those cramps at bay. So if you're ready to get back to sleeping peacefully and moving with ease, this one's for you. And while we're here, if you want more tips like this tailored just for you, hit that subscribe button and join the Senior Health UK family. Let's talk about the first big player in the fight against leg cramps, magnesium. Now, you may have heard the name tossed around in health articles or seen it on supplement bottles, but this mineral is more than just a trendy buzzword. Magnesium is like the peacekeeper of your muscles. It helps them relax after they've contracted, and without it, your muscles can get stuck in a loop, tightening up and refusing to let go. That's when cramps hit. And as we get older, our ability to absorb magnesium naturally starts to decline. That means even if you're eating the right foods, your body might not be getting enough of this muscle-soothing mineral. The good news: there are simple ways to get more magnesium in your daily meals. Leafy greens like spinach and kale are fantastic sources. So are nuts, almonds in particular, and seeds like pumpkin and sunflower. Whole grains such as brown rice, oats, and quinoa can also give your body a much-needed magnesium boost. Even beans and lentils play a part. If you're the kind of person who enjoys a warm bowl of lentil soup in the winter or a fresh spinach salad in the summer, you're already on the right track. And for those who might not be able to get enough through food alone, magnesium supplements are an option. Magnesium citrate is especially well absorbed by the body. But always check in with your doctor before adding any supplement to your routine. Because too much of a good thing, even magnesium, can cause issues. Next up is potassium. This mineral works closely with magnesium and is essential for proper muscle function. If magnesium is the peacekeeper, potassium is the partner who makes sure the messages from your brain to your muscles get delivered clearly. When potassium is too low, your muscles can start firing off messages of their own, causing cramps, spasms, and that uncomfortable tightening sensation. Now here's the tricky part. Many seniors are on medications like diuretics that flush potassium out of the body. Add that to a diet that might be low in fresh fruits and vegetables, and you've got a recipe for muscle trouble. But again, nature provides. Bananas are famous for their potassium content, but sweet potatoes actually pack even more. Other great sources include spinach, tomatoes, avocados, beans, and oranges. One of the easiest ways to get more potassium into your day: blend up a smoothie with banana, spinach, and yogurt. It's a simple and tasty way to nourish your muscles, and it can even be a soothing treat before bed. And yes, there are potassium supplements, but unlike magnesium, they're more tightly regulated, especially in the UK. That's because too much potassium can affect your heart rhythm. So again, speak to your GP before taking any over-the-counter potassium pills. Let's pause for a moment here. Can you relate to these nutrient gaps? Have you noticed certain cramps pop up more after days when you've skipped meals or had less water? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them and we learn from each other. Next, we'll dive into calcium and vitamin D, two more big names in leg cramp prevention. And I promise, there's more good news ahead. If you found this helpful so far, don't forget to like the video and stick around because we're just getting warmed up. Now let's talk about two old friends, calcium and vitamin D. You probably already know calcium helps keep your bones strong, but it does a lot more behind the scenes. It's actually essential for muscle contraction and nerve signaling. Without enough calcium in the bloodstream, your muscles start misfiring, and that can trigger cramps, especially in the legs. And vitamin D? Think of it as calcium's best mate. Without enough vitamin D, your body can't absorb calcium properly. It's like having all the right ingredients in your cupboard, but never opening the recipe book. Now here's the catch. Many older adults in the UK have low vitamin D levels, especially during the long gray winter months. We don't get enough sun, and most of us don't eat enough vitamin D-rich foods like oily fish or fortified cereals. That's why the NHS actually recommends that everyone over the age of 65 take a daily vitamin D supplement, especially in autumn and winter. It's one of the few supplements that's considered essential. So if leg cramps are plaguing you and you haven't checked your vitamin D levels recently, it might be time to ask your doctor for a quick test. Sometimes just correcting a deficiency can bring tremendous relief. Let's move on to the next nutrient hero, sodium. Now, before you raise an eyebrow, yes, too much sodium is a problem, especially for blood pressure. But too little sodium, especially if you've been sweating more than usual or are on certain medications, can also throw off your electrolyte balance. Your muscles rely on a delicate mix of sodium, potassium, and magnesium to contract and relax smoothly. When that balance is off, even just a little, you might feel it in your calves at 2 a.m. So the goal isn't to load up on salt, but to be aware. If you've been eating a very low-salt diet and you're also losing fluids through exercise, hot weather, or diuretics, you could be tipping the balance too far. The NHS recommends no more than 6 g of salt a day, but if you've gone far below that and you're cramping, it might be time to review your needs with a professional. One simple strategy: rehydration drinks designed for seniors or endurance athletes often contain a mix of sodium, potassium, and glucose to support better absorption. Sipping one occasionally, especially on warm days or after exercise, can help replenish what your muscles need. And here's something many don't expect. Dehydration alone can trigger cramps, even if your nutrients are spot on. That's right, plain old water plays a bigger role than we give it credit for. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes less reliable. You might not feel thirsty, but your muscles could still be quietly crying out for fluid. Staying hydrated throughout the day helps nutrients circulate properly and keeps your muscle tissues flexible and well lubricated. Think of your muscles like sponges. When they're hydrated, they're soft and pliable. When they're dry, they stiffen up. That stiffness can lead straight to cramping. So how much water is enough? A good rule of thumb for seniors is around 6 to 8 cups a day, depending on your body size, health conditions, and how active you are. That includes tea, herbal infusions, soups, and even watery fruits like melon and cucumber. Just be mindful if you're on fluid restrictions. Always follow your doctor's advice first. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Cramps aren't always caused by what's missing. They can also be a warning sign. Conditions like peripheral artery disease, nerve damage from diabetes, or even spinal issues can sometimes show up as nighttime cramps or restless legs. That's why if cramps are severe, frequent, or not responding to dietary changes, it's worth getting checked. It's not about causing alarm, it's about staying ahead. Your body is always sending you messages. A cramp might just be a whisper that something deeper needs attention. Alright, so far we've covered the core nutrients: magnesium, potassium, calcium, vitamin D, sodium, and hydration. But what does all this look like in real life? Let's take a peek into a typical day and explore how small changes can lead to big relief. Imagine starting your morning with a warm bowl of oats topped with sliced banana and chia seeds. You sip a cup of tea, maybe nibble on a slice of whole grain toast. Right there, you've packed in potassium, magnesium, fiber, and a steady stream of energy to support your muscles. At lunch, maybe it's a lentil soup with spinach and sweet potato, served with a slice of seeded bread. You've just delivered a powerhouse of nutrients to your system. In the afternoon, you reach for a handful of almonds and a glass of water. Another boost of magnesium and hydration. Dinner might be grilled salmon or mackerel, some steamed broccoli, and brown rice. That's calcium, vitamin D, omega-3 fats, and more. And if you're feeling peckish later, try a small pot of low-fat Greek yogurt with a drizzle of honey or a few slices of kiwi. Each of these meals supports muscle function in a different way. And over time, this approach can reduce the frequency and intensity of cramps, sometimes even eliminate them altogether. It's not about going on a strict diet or cutting out all the fun. It's about adding the right building blocks so your muscles, and the rest of you, can thrive. We're just past halfway now, but this is where it gets even more exciting, because the right nutrients don't just prevent cramps. They help you move better, sleep deeper, and enjoy life more fully. Let me pause here for a moment. If this has been helpful so far, give this video a like. And if something specific you've tried has worked for you, drop it in the comments. You never know who you might help. Now let's touch on something most people overlook: movement. Not just walking or going to the shops, but intentional stretching. You see, as we get older, our muscles naturally lose elasticity. They tighten, shorten, and become more prone to spasms. It's like an old rubber band. Still useful, but needs a little warm-up before use. simple calf stretches before bed, gentle leg circles while sitting, or even a few heel raises while brushing your teeth can keep the muscle fibers supple and responsive. One study from the Journal of Physiotherapy found that older adults who stretched their calves daily reported fewer nighttime cramps after just 6 weeks. And it doesn't have to be complicated, just 5 minutes a day can make a massive difference. Pair that with breathing exercises or mindfulness, and you've got a relaxing wind-down routine that also helps with sleep. Speaking of sleep, did you know poor sleep posture can cause leg cramps? If your legs are bent awkwardly or your toes are pointed for long periods, your muscles may be in a low-level state of tension. Over time, that tension builds up, and bam, you're jolted awake by a cramp. Try using a pillow to support your knees, or keep your feet flexed slightly upward. Some seniors even benefit from light compression socks. Not the tight hospital-grade ones, but mild ones that improve circulation during rest. That brings us to circulation itself. Good blood flow is essential for muscle health. If blood struggles to reach the lower legs due to clogged arteries, prolonged sitting, or diabetes-related nerve damage, your muscles miss out on oxygen and nutrients. The result? Tired, cranky legs and frequent cramping. The NHS recommends regular movement every hour, especially if you're sitting for long periods. Even a gentle march on the spot or rotating your ankles can help push blood through your legs. It's like giving your body a little nudge. Hey, stay awake down there. Let's also talk about medications for a moment. Certain medications like diuretics, statins, or blood pressure pills can affect electrolyte levels or muscle function. It doesn't mean they're bad. It just means if you're cramping and taking one of these, your GP should know. Never stop a medication without talking to your doctor, but don't suffer in silence either. Sometimes a small adjustment, timing, dosage, or even switching brands can ease the cramps without compromising your health. It's a team effort, you and your healthcare provider working together. Now, what about supplements? They can help, but they're not a magic bullet. If you're eating a balanced diet and staying active, you might not need extra pills. But in some cases, especially if blood tests show a deficiency, supplements can fill in the gaps. Look for ones approved by the NHS or recommended by your pharmacist. Avoid megadoses or trendy powders with flashy claims. The body prefers balance over excess. And remember, too much of a good thing, like magnesium or potassium, can actually be dangerous, especially if you have kidney or heart conditions. Moderation is your friend. All right, let's imagine your day again, but this time with these lessons woven in. You start your morning with a few gentle stretches. Your breakfast includes potassium-rich banana and oats. You take your vitamin D supplement with your tea, sip water through the day, and go for a short walk after lunch. You prop your legs up when resting, keep hydrated, and do one more stretch before bed. That's not a health revolution. That's a gentle rhythm, supporting your muscles, preventing cramps, and improving your quality of life without turning your world upside down. And when those rare cramps do show up, you'll know exactly why and what to do next. There's power in that. Knowledge replaces fear. Awareness replaces frustration. So if you've been battling with leg cramps in silence, know this. You're not alone, and you're not stuck. There are real evidence-backed strategies that work. You deserve to rest easy at night. You deserve to walk confidently without that sudden stab in your calf. You deserve to enjoy every day with strength, comfort, and peace of mind. So here's what I want you to do next. If anything in this video helped you, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment telling us what worked, or what you're going to try. Let's make the comments a place of wisdom, encouragement, and community. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. This is Senior Health UK, and we're building a space where seniors can get clear, compassionate, and science-backed health advice without the jargon or the fear. Because you're not just aging, you're living. And we want every part of that to feel strong and supported. So keep watching, keep learning, and remember, your best days don't have to be behind you. They can start right now. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.